Good afternoon for Porsche of Ocala. I'm Scotty, one of the Porsche product geniuses over here. And today we have something rather interesting in front of us. Today we're going to be taking a look at a beautiful 2016 Porsche Panamera GTS. Now this Panamera GTS is powered by a naturally aspirated 4.8 liter V8 that's going to generate about 440 horsepower and about 384 pound-feet of torque. And of course, this being a GTS, that power is going to be sent via all four wheels with an intelligent all-wheel drive system. What makes this one stand out a little more than a standard Panamera GTS, which is kind of a funny thing to say, almost an oxymoron, this car appears to be an American edition. Now, finding information about the American edition is pretty interesting, because it said there was only 11 of these made for Canada, and it was kind of a North America exclusive car. And trying to find out what it includes is even more interesting. They say you can decipher it, of course, by some of the accents on the inside. And this car really is pretty darn neat. With that Panamera GTS right over here in the center console, as well as the wheel packaging of being, of course, absolutely gorgeous and my personal favorite. 20-inch Sport Classic wheels, because they look like the old Fuchs wheels. Very nice. But there's a lot of other things that set this car aside from a normal GTS that you can see, but they don't even show up on the sticker. So it's really cool stuff. Such as, of course, the gill inlets right over here in the front being painted, of course, in sparkling black metallic. Same thing with the front lip over here. Of course, the front vents right over here all painted in sparkling black. Absolutely gorgeous. The wheels are painted in high gloss, but even the vent over here is in sparkling black. The side skirts, the mirror caps, everything is in that kind of nice, rich black. It's absolutely gorgeous. Of course, 20-inch in the rear as well. Black spoiler. The diffuser is even painted, and we even have, of course, absolutely gorgeous black sports exhaust tips. But this car is really sharp, and of course, it being a GTS still comes with all that great performance and some other amenities. So we're going to dive right into some of the other options on this car, such as, of course, comfort keyless access entry, allowing me to unlock or lock the door just by using the little button right over here. Any position doors, so you can just set the door wherever you want, and it'll lock itself into that position, which is really nice, especially if you're parked on a hill or anything like that. You don't have to worry about locking it in and making sure the door doesn't slam on your ankle as you're getting in. We're also going to have the 18-way sport seats, and actually these are going to be the Sport Plus seats. So these are the really nice ones that have that shoulder bolstering up here. Oh, it holds you in so nicely. We're also going to have the GTS interior with the carmine red stitching, and check it out, even carmine red accenting on the seatbelt. So very nice. Of course, the 18-way seats do give us, of course, thigh extension. Thigh bolster is this one right here. We have your side bolster, which are these right over here, kind of squeeze you in. We have our forward back, height, as well as tilt of the seat, the pitch of your back, as well as 4 ways of lumbar adjustment. Of course, electronically controlled steering wheel as well, but we're going to hop inside in just a little bit. So as mentioned, this car is powered by a 4.8 liter V8, and it is an absolutely lovely sounding car. It's just those naturally aspirated German V8s just sound so darn good. We, of course, do have the Porsche dynamic lighting system in the front over here. So we do, even on the 2016, we have that 4-dot LED matrix design. Of course, we really started seeing that in the 918 Spider. Really sharp stuff. And, of course, it sets itself aside from a normal Panamera by having 2 rows, of course, of the LED kind of fog light area down below. And, of course, those act as your turn signal as well. This car also features the surround view camera. As we can see, we have another camera right over here in the front. And that means if we come over to the driver or passenger mirror, we're also going to have cameras right under here as well, and of course, as you'd expect, a rear view camera as well. But let's go ahead and take a look at the trunk. Now the trunk of this car is absolutely cavernous, and we're going to go ahead and pop it here in just a second because I left the key inside. And we can pop it and lower it right from this little button right over here on the door handle. And of course, Panameras are always a sportback, so it's very nice, very spacious interior. We can see even the red leather, like the red etched seat mats right over here, carpeted, and these are definitely never been used. They look brand new. Plenty of room for a set of golf clubs going across there, and if you even do need more space, you can fold down those back seats to give you that. You can take out this privacy screen if you need more vertical space. Underneath here, of course, we have your subwoofer for the Bose surround sound system that this car is equipped with. Even a warning triangle. You really don't see that very often in America, so pretty interesting stuff. Electronically opening and closing tailgate. But now let's go ahead and hop on in here. Now this car is also equipped with the moonroof. Check that out, 4.8 liter V8 in carbon fiber on the door sills. Very nice. carbon fiber interior package, and with that red stitching with the leather interior option, all leather up here, absolutely gorgeous, and true leather all on the dash everywhere. Alcantara headliner, Alcantara seat centers, but my favorite is just the leather steering wheel. I know people love Alcantara on their steering wheels, but there's something about a leather steering wheel to me. It's just so nice. And you don't have to wear gloves, especially here in Florida. So very nice there, of course. Now we do see this car does have launch control as well as Sport Plus right over here. And because of the Sport Plus, that means this car is also going to have Sports Chrono. So, of course, this being a GTS is as you'd expect it. So very nice. That gives us the ability of launch control, of course, as well as active engine mounts, faster shifting. Really a nice option to have on any Porsche, especially a GTS. We have these absolutely massive paddle shifters on either side with a good feedback to them. Great steering feel on this car. Of course, hydraulic steering. Oh, man, does that feel good. 2-zone automatic climate control, and actually it's going to be the 4-zone because we have the 2 in the front, and we're going to hop into the back seats and really show it, but we have another 2 back there. That carbon fiber interior trim just matches so nicely. Of course, just little bevels of kind of powdered aluminum along the sides over here. Of course, we do have heated seats for both sides, our Sport mode, our Sport Plus, our suspension stiffness, so this, of course, will adjust the dampener settings, and we can also adjust the air suspension, so if we wanted to lower the car down or raise it back up again. So you can kind of see it's actually raising it up right now in case you have to go over a speed bump, because the car actually self-levels itself. So this is going to be if you're going to go over a speed bump. Really cool stuff. Our traction control, really cool. And if you hold this, it'll actually deactivate all forms of stability management, traction control. I always get the sun right in my eye. There we go. Our centralized tachometer with our digital infotainment system on the right-hand side. Our digital instrument cluster. So those are temperatures, of course, pressures, things like that. Our audio information, navigation information, telephone information, trip computer, of course tire pressure, Sports Chrono lap timer, and back to, of course, the temperatures. Then we have our speedometer on the left, of course our oil temperature on the left, oil pressure on the left, really useful stuff, coolant temperature on the right, and of course gas level right over there. Of course, our navigation system is incredibly easy to operate. You literally can just hit the navigation right over here, enter in an address, and you're good to go. You start and stop it from the same page. We do have FM, AM, and satellite radio. So we can see it right there at the bottom. We'll go to FM there. Bluetooth telephone, Bluetooth audio, of course CD player, SD card slot for music or anything along the lines there. So very a nice interior. Of course, one thing about the Panameras that sets it aside from the 911s and such is not only do we have 2 cup holders. Oh yes, we're hitting the big times now. We got 3 cup holders. That's when you know you've made it. Now, we also have the sports exhaust button, and I mean, come on, a naturally aspirated German V8. I don't need to say more. It sounds absolutely marvelous if you ever hear this thing. Oh, it just has a deep grumble to it, but it doesn't sound racerous or almost like ricer. It just has a nice, powerful growl to it. Oh, it's so sharp. Of course, that full leather interior extends all the way to the back as well. That carbon fiber interior trim with the powdered aluminum. I'm kind of in love with this car. And I like tiny cars. This thing is just something about it is just so special. Of course, our 4-zone climate control we mentioned before, another little ashtray, and even the ashtray cup holder doors are all accented, of course, with carbon fiber. Of course, there's a cup holder there. If I open this little guy up, we'll have another cup holder here. So we got 5 cup holders. People, if you don't know German cars, that is something special. Of course, GTS accenting in the front and rear seats. Very sharp. Very cool. Definitely a special car. We did mention the Bose surround sound stereo system. But as always, we do like to take a look at that window sticker. And we are not going to break that tradition today. So we're going to take a look at the options of this car right over here. Of course, we do have Porsche's PDK. The rear wiper option. Of course, very useful here in Florida with the massive amounts of rain. We even have the split spoiler, so when you actually open this up, it kind of opens up into a third part. Like each area extends out, and then it folds back in on itself. And of course, we do have the rear wiper there, so really cool. Black window surrounds, just match everything very nicely. The interior lighting package, that of course gives us like the overhead lighting, of course, puddle lighting in the rear, things like that. Our park assist with the front and rear with the surround view, so that's the surround view camera option. Let's go ahead and show that. So, if I come inside the car, I can go ahead and turn all these things off. But let's see if I can do this from the passenger seat. We'll actually do a little swap around. I'm really liking this car. If I have an excuse to keep hopping back in the driver's seat, I'm going to use it. This thing is special. So, if I go into reverse, I got to close this door first. There we go. There we are. Turn off my e-brake. And we can see we could change between all the different camera angles around the car. So there's our surround view. I'm trying to get the sun not blinding us. And you can change between all the different angles and things like that. Pretty cool. So I can turn on and off the lines. I can change over to here. Pretty cool. We're coming back to the option list, of course. We do have driver seat memory as well as blind spot. I did want to mention that. We can see right over there. The sun is brutal today. Continuing on, of course, we have the deletion of model designation on the side doors. So we can see it says GTS, but it doesn't say the Panamera GTS. So just a nice little thing there. Of course, this car is finished in Carrara White Metallic Premium Package Plus. That gives us a lot of that comfort, keyless access features, the Bose surround sound, things along the lines there. The tire valves in black. That's kind of a nice one right over here. Just kind of matches the wheels a little nicer. The Sport Classic wheels, we've talked about that. And the America Edition Package 2. That's that rare option that really seems very limited. I'm having a hard time finding any information about it. But if you do have any questions about this car, please feel free to contact us. Or if you just want to hear how lovely this thing sounds, I do not blame you. Come on over. But we do look forward to hearing from you soon and hope you're having a great day. Take care. Bye.
Buying from Porsche of Ocala gives you unmatched benefits, including delivery to your home, concierge service, white glove delivery, and much more. Contact us today for more details.